from Studio K at Foxborough Cable Access.
Saffron is essentially the stamen of a rose.
Feeling creative?
Sage has a great flavor.
Is your palate needing a new challenge? Well, let's cook with Mike Damasio.
Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Let's Cook. I'm your host Mike Damasio, and today we have a day full of some great dishes to go with your holiday meals. As you can tell, it is the Christmas season. I am wearing the Santa hat. So today we're going to do some an appetizer, two side dishes, and a dessert. So today we're going to start off first with a unique twist to a simple appetizer, guacamole, and we're going to do a pomegranate avocado guacamole. So the pomegranate is, I think, an underutilized fruit, but it's very delicious, and this is the season for the pomegranate. First, I'm going to show you a little opening technique to make sure all the seeds stay fresh and uncut, so you don't spoil any of the juice that is the best part of the pomegranate. So first, as always, going to put on my gloves. So we got a beautiful pomegranate. These are indigenous to what is now Iran, is where they came out from. Between Iran and northern India is where they originated from. So first, very simple process. You're going to gently score the skin of the pomegranate. Make a cut all the way around, and then using your fingers, get into the score and separate it. And there's the beautiful stuff. I really love pomegranate. Very good. Now the technique for getting these seeds out without ruining the seeds is very simple. Turn it upside down, grab a wooden spoon or a plastic mallet, and just start banging it. As you can see, the seeds just start to fall out right on their own. You don't need to pick at them. You don't need to get in there with a knife. Just a nice little tapping all over it, and these seeds come falling out, and within no time you get all these seeds. Very simple. So as you can see, very little bit left. If you want to get them all, you can just go in there and pick the rest of them out. But we have plenty for what we need to do here today. Cast that aside. So that's the first step in our pomegranate guacamole. As you can see, I have some other great fresh ingredients here, some fresh cilantro, obviously the avocado, that is the main ingredient for our guacamole, some tomato, fresh Spanish onion, a jalapeno for a little zing, and some lime to freshen it up a little bit. So let's get going. So we're going to start with the avocado. Again, avocado has a little method of opening as well. Go right around the center of it. Another one that you separate with your hands. If it participates, there you go. You have that nice seed in there. Now, please be gentle with this part. I always just pop right into it, little twist, and the core comes right out. Very easy. We're going to do that with the second one too. So again, a little cut all the way around the avocado. We're going to just twist that open. Little hack into the seed, twist it out, boom. All right. Next is getting the avocado out of the shell. Again, very easy. Little spoon right around the edge of it. There's one piece. There's two. These are great for composting, by the way, if you do that. Nice dark green shells. And four. So I'm sure everybody has their methods of making guacamole at home. And again, this is a nice little twist that just makes, just kind of steps up the guacamole just a little bit, adds a little bit of the fall and winter season to it. I'll put them right in here. As you can see, I'm just rough chopping them right now. We are going to do a little bit of a mash. I like my guacamole a little chunky, so I don't fully mash it up. Avocado. These are a few of my favorite things, avocado and pomegranates. And again, I think there's a lot of different methods of using this pomegranate. You can make salad dressings, goes great on salads just as itself, and it's a great snack, full of fiber, full of vitamin K, all good things for you. All right, I'm going to change my gloves here as they are getting dirty from the avocado. Next, we're going to dice up the tomato, the onion, and the jalapeno. So we got a beautiful, nice tomato, beautiful Spanish onion. So again, taking care of the tomato. We won't be using all of this. I'm going to core out the stem comes from here. All right. And I'm going to do this in about 1/4 inch slivers, just to get enough, probably one more. And again, small cubes, keeping things as uniform as possible, makes it look nice when it's all put together. Put that aside. Now the onion, same thing when you're cutting the onion. I have a little process here. I cut off both ends. Make a little score on the outside layer. Onions have layers. And again, we won't use all this onion, so I'm going to cut half. Again, about 1/4 inch slivers. Put that aside. And right around the onion, keeping everything nice and uniform. Very good. And get the avocado back. I'm just going to do a light mash on these. Just keep it chunky. Just gently pressing it down with the fork. Again, you can make it as lumpy or as smooth as you'd like. I think you'll see the finished product with it a little bit lumpy. Gives it just a little bit more of a confetti look to it. Very nice. And add some of our tomatoes, a little bit of our onions. Very nice. Zesty part. I'm only going to use about half of this. The one thing you want to do with the jalapeno here is make sure you get out the seeds. Very good. And again, uniformity in the cut, something I like to strive for. And always remember, a sharp knife is much better to use than a dull knife. Sounds silly, but more cuts happen with dull knives than they do with sharp knives. I got scars to prove it. All right. Good little heat there. I'm just going to take this lime, half of it, squeeze the juice into here. Try to get all the juice right in there. Very nice. And a little bit of cilantro, beautiful fresh cilantro. Just take the tops off. I'm going to mince this up nice and small. Probably just about a tablespoon of this. Oh, it's very, very aromatic, very delicious. Just going to sprinkle a little bit of that in there. Again, this is a great little side dish to start your holiday party off. People, you know, they're going to see the guacamole and wonder why it's different, but this is the best part of it right here. The pomegranates, sprinkle them right on top. Try to get some of the pith off. And we're going to blend this all in here. That was excellent. Good stuff. All right, a little bit more. And really easy serving method here. You can get a little bowl. Clear out some space here. Get a little bowl. Top it off with some of our extra pomegranates. Surround this with some tortilla chips and put that right in the middle of our cutting board here. And there is our first appetizer of the day. That is pomegranate guacamole. Very simple, very delicious. Goes great with tortilla chips and a little bit of sour cream, and you have yourself a great appetizer. The next thing we'll be doing will be a side dish, honey Brussels sprouts, that'll accompany any great meal at your holiday dinner party. Hi everybody, welcome back to Let's Cook. I'm your host Mike Damasio, and we're going to start our second part of our show today with a nice side dish that involves some Brussels sprouts. But first I'd like to bring along a longtime friend of mine. This is Pete D'Amato. Nice to see you, Pete.
How are you, buddy? How's everything?
Very good.
Good.
So Pete and I have been friends for quite a long time. Our parents met on their honeymoon 55 years ago.
55 years
55 years ago. So we've known each other 55 years, even though we're not that old.
I'm only 26.
Yes.
Okay.
I can tell by the beard.
Yes.
And you make a good Santa Claus.
Thank you. I think so. I'm
Very
going to grow
good.
it out a little.
So I've been cooking for Pete since I've been able to cook, which is probably about 14 years old. I started working at a Friendly's, and Pete was always one of the benefactors of our morning after breakfast.
Sure.
Right? What was one of your favorite? What did I used to cook for you that you
Well, I
always
used
liked
to
waking
love
up
the
to?
French toast. Your French toast was always really, really good, and it was always good to get that that feeling in the side of your stomach
Yes.
after you're done drinking.
Yes.
For the night.
So yeah, okay. There was a little drinking
Yeah,
involved
yeah,
in
a
those
little bit.
morning after breakfast.
Yep.
That's what made it all better.
Exactly.
So we've been friends a long time. He's visiting from New Jersey, and he, I like him 99% of the time because the other 1% he is a Yankee fan,
Yes.
and I try not to hold that against him.
Well, it's all good.
Yeah, 27 to what is it? 7? How many I
I
have?
think
I don't
so.
even remember.
7 or 6 or something.
So today we're going to start with some a Brussels sprout meal. This is going to be shredded
delicious.
Brussels sprouts with honey and bacon. All right, so I have all my ingredients here. A nice low sodium bacon that I like to use. I always like to go with the low sodium. We have some melted butter, the honey, a little bit of salt, even though I like low sodium. Still got to add a little salt. Our fresh Brussels sprouts, and it gets topped off and finished with some pine nuts and scallions. So I'm going to start with the bacon since that takes the longest time. And nothing makes a room smell better
Then bacon.
than cooking bacon.
No doubt.
So while this is cooking, I'm gonna give you some jobs today, Pete. That's all
Excellent.
right.
I'd love to help.
Everybody's far enough away from you while you're handling your knife
Right.
that we don't have to worry about any collateral damage.
Well, Red Sox fans are still in the building, so.
yes, yeah. So I'm gonna show you how to clean a Brussels sprout.
Cool.
So I'm gonna give you a big one, so
All
it'll
right.
be easier for you to
So I
use
can see it?
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
can see it too. So we're gonna clean the Brussels sprouts first. So these are fresh Brussels sprouts. Delicious. Again, I think another underutilized vegetable. They are a little bitter, so I like to add sweet things to them to make them a little more tasty and to make them more appealing to everybody when eating them. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to cut about a 1/4-inch little nub off the end of the stalk there.
All right.
Cast those aside. And then I always like to take off the first lower layers of the Brussels sprout, the ones that fall off easy.
Okay. So don't peel it unless it does it.
Right, don't peel unless it starts to come off on
All
its
right.
own. All right, now this is a shredded dish, a shredded Brussels sprout dish, so we're not going to leave them whole. We're going to cut them in half,
Okay.
and then we're going to shred them into,
I'm going to slice them up.
slice them nice and thin so that they shred up beautifully. And we're going to do that to all of these. So
All right. So I'm going to be busy.
We're going to be busy for a little bit.
Excellent. Give me something
Give you
to
some
do
Brussels
today.
sprouts.
All
So
right.
again, as you can see, nice thin sliver.
How's that look?
These will
all right?
crisp up. Oh, that's beautiful. Good job. You still got all your fingers?
I do.
Excellent.
Excellent. All
Excellent.
right.
That's a good part.
It is.
That makes a day good. Having all your appendages after you stop cooking.
Right. Like when I was a carpenter, they used to say, make sure you come home with 10 nails. All 10 fingernails.
And this too, or else we say, don't eat the soup.
That's not good.
There you go. Oops, I'm gonna set my stumps with my thing.
All right. Do you have something else you want to do while I do these?
Yeah, well, I'm going to dice up the scallions here while you continue to go. You're doing a
Excellent.
great job.
Thanks,
Looks like
buddy.
you've done it before.
Kind of. I was a deli man.
I know
for
you're a
while.
professional eater.
Well, you can tell. Thank the Lord. It's the only thing I got that's paid for.
All right, so I'm just going to get ahead on the prep here while the bacon is cooking. As you can see, it's always...
It smells delicious, Mike.
You know what my favorite part of you is?
What?
Your kids.
Excellent.
Right, Sophia?
They are the
Sophia
best part
and
of me.
Dominic are here as
Yeah.
well. With Petey's kids.
We're going to go take a duck tour after this.
Yes. They're all learning about the Revolutionary War
Yes,
now.
yep.
Going to Boston.
What's that town that they do the pilgrim stuff?
Plymouth.
Yeah, is that the one that has the reenactment of Thanksgiving and all that?
Yes.
Do they still do that, or
They
is it
still
only
do that.
Thanksgiving season?
You know, I guess I'm a bad local because I'm
Well,
not sure about all that.
You're a very, very bad local. You're a bad visitor, too.
So
Sorry.
I'm going to save these ends and I'm going to show you a neat little garnish you can make out of the ends of scallions at the end of the meal.
Okay.
So we're going to keep those aside and not toss those away.
Excellent.
And believe it or not, the outside leaves of the Brussels sprouts can also be used. You
As a
can
garnish?
griddle them up with some oil and crisp them up, and they make a great little topping on top of a salad
Sure,
or on top
garlic.
of any meal, really. All right. So the bacon is cooking up nicely. All right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get our other stove here, oven going here. How you coming with those?
All right. Quick
give
as
you
I can without losing fingers.
Very good. I'm going to help you
Yeah.
catch up here. And we're going to just get a
All
little
right.
ahead of the game. Taking out the outside core. Think I can catch up to you?
Don't be a wise guy. Nobody likes a wise guy.
No, nobody likes Yankee fans, but you know
Well,
we're tolerating you this
Well,
weekend.
that's all right. I think today is the first day that I don't have a Yankee shirt on.
Yeah,
somehow
you're
or
right.
some way.
Well, you didn't know you were going to be on TV, so
I did not.
It
I
must
would
have
have dressed
been a,
better.
must have been just a subconscious thing that led to you not wearing a Yankee shirt. I don't think the crew here would have let you on with a Yankee
Probably
shirt,
not.
first
That's,
of
you
all.
know, listen, I'm in enemy territory. And nobody's getting David Price's 200 and whatever million, so
We are.
you are. Gonna get all 3 years out of that. All right.
All right,
Oh,
once
I
you're
don't
done
wanna-
with those
I don't wanna
Brussels
touch
sprouts,
Sorry.
once you're done with the Brussels sprouts, we'll put them back on this plate here.
All right.
Anything that's complete.
All right, cool.
I think that'll give us enough for now.
You want me to keep chopping or no?
No, we're going to keep clear the cutting board here.
Clear the cutting board. All right, well, I
Alright,
got
I'm
this
gonna
one
give
cut
you
in
now.
half.
I'm going to give you the bacon. To
Are you
dice
sure
up.
you want to do that?
I know.
It's not
Might
a
be
safe
any
move with a
left.
guy like me putting a pound of bacon in front of me. I need some toast and some cheese, and I'm good to go. Feel my arteries closing already. All right, let me just, you want just this last piece in here, and
Yeah,
that's
right
it?
in there. There you go.
All right, my friend.
Clear out the cutting board.
All right.
Very nice. Now I'll take one piece just to show you what I'm looking for
All
here.
right. Talk to me,
All
brother.
right. So we're just going to make thin strips.
All right.
All right.
All the way down?
All the way down.
Oh, this knife may not be the best one for that.
All right, now we're going to start making this delicious side dish. Again, this goes great with any meal you're going to be serving around the holidays or year round, really. Brussels sprouts are great all year
Oh, it's
round.
good. Love Brussels sprouts.
All right, so I'm going to pour just a little bit of oil in the pan. We're going to get a lot more of the oil from the bacon, so I don't want to use too much oil here.
True.
Pardon my reach. All right.
Now, is there a reason why you didn't use the bacon fat in there? The bacon
Well,
grease?
I
it'll
typically
be too
would, but
bacon.
unfortunately our pan here didn't leave us too much grease to
Gotcha.
to utilize. My pan is not
Is it hot?
heating up.
Well, that's no good.
This is always the fun part of our
Yeah.
everything. There we go.
There we go.
Beautiful. Go back to that pan.
All right.
All right, we're going to let that pan get hot for a second. I'm going to put my bacon with your bacon.
All right.
So again, we have scallions, pine nuts, Brussels sprouts, bacon. Again, all things you should have around the house. Pine nuts are great anytime. You can use them on a salad topping. You also use it when you're making a fresh pesto with some nice basil. But we have a different application today. We're going to let our oil get hot here, and here we go. I'm going to saute up these Brussels sprouts and throw the bacon in there right with it. Delicious.
There you
Keep going. I'm going to let you keep going on these Brussels sprouts.
All
We'll
right.
add the rest of these
Don't
to
waste
that
the
dish.
bacon, man. Come on, get it
waste
all
the
in
bacon.
there.
Saute that up nicely. Got a good shot of that? This is looking delish. Very nice.
Oh yeah, that looks real good.
All right.
I can't wait to try that.
Once we get the rest of the Brussels sprouts done, I'm going to add a little bit of butter because, now we're adding butter and bacon
And bacon grease.
for one dish.
We're doing well. My kind of dish. It's going to taste
People
good. You know
everywhere, arteries are closing.
that. That's all right. Listen,
We love it.
it's got Brussels sprouts. There's green in there. You're good.
It's all about balance.
Right. Exactly. How does it smell, Sophia? Good?
We love bacon. So I made a nice breakfast for you guys before we came to the studio this morning.
Another
Sophia
infamous
was
bacon.
asking for it. She wanted me to make it on the show, but it was actually something I made on the show already, so I figured I'd give them the treat at home. A nice crunchy bread French toast. Delicious. That's the sort of thing when we were young I would do. I'd wake up hours before everybody because I've been in the
Hours.
food business forever, and I'd be the first one up out of bed, and by
Still wonder how
noon
you
my
do
friends
that.
would wake up, come rolling out, and I'd have a monster meal
Fresh,
waiting for them.
fresh breakfast ready to go. All right, I think that's all of them, right?
Yes, we got it? All right.
Here you go.
Watch my fingers.
Nah. There you go, brother.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Delicious. All
Smells
right, so
awesome.
again, this is cooking up nicely. Just going to pour, this is about a tablespoon of butter. I'm not even going to use the whole thing. Try to keep the solids as well out of the butter, nice clarified butter.
What do you mean by keep the solids out of there, Mike?
So butter has the milk solids in it.
Ah, I got you.
It's just a little added fat that you don't need. You know, the clarified butter has a much better flavor than the
Gotcha.
regular butter, than the milk solids.
Just
Put
put
all
that
my
up
mess
here.
on your mess. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So again, we're coming to the rounding up this dish. So we're going to add a little bit of, as you can see, the Brussels sprouts are starting to get a little clarified, a little more transparent. All right, they're getting nice and soft. The bacon's cooking up there with them. We're going to give a little pinch of salt. Bring out the flavor of the Brussels sprout. I'm going to drizzle a little bit of honey.
Need a spoon or something? You got it?
Got it. Nice little drizzle. That's about a tablespoon of honey. This was a pound of Brussels sprouts, by the way. Pound of Brussels sprouts. I'm going to reserve some of my green onions. This is about a half a cup of green onions. I'm going to reserve half for the top on for the top after it's done. Same with the pine nuts. Reserve about half of them. All right.
That
This
smells
is
delicious.
looking good and smelling good.
Oh, yeah.
And we got this delicious side dish here. Again, just minutes to prepare. And it looks like you spent all day doing it. It's creative, it's simple,
Looks good.
it tastes even better. Oh, bacon smell. Nothing
Oh, that
better than
smell-
bacon
that
smell.
looks delicious.
All right, I'm going to top this off with a little bit more green onion, a little bit more pine nuts.
All right.
And that is a great little side dish for one of your holiday meals. Honey shredded Brussels sprouts with pine nuts and bacon. Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Cook with Mike. I'm still here with my guest, Pete D'Amato from New Jersey, who's a Yankee fan.
Yes.
But we tolerate that. So right now we're going to do a great simple dessert for you. It's going to be a blueberry strawberry fruited crepe with a blueberry strawberry compote. So it's very simple. In an episode before, I made the similar crepe, and we made manicotti out of it. My mother's manicotti recipe, right?
Which is
We
tremendous.
used to take down a pan at a time.
Oh, yeah.
So now we're just going to change the recipe just slightly, and really all we're going to be doing is adding a little bit of vanilla to sweeten it up, make it a little more desserty, and then we're going to add the blueberries and strawberries to it. So first thing we're going to do is start cutting up our strawberries, and I'm going to leave that job to you.
Thanks, buddy.
I'll show you how we're going to do them.
You tell me how small you want them.
So what I want, first of it, we're going to do half of those, and we're going to cut them like this. And
Right.
for the
You slice
compote, we
them.
want them nice and thin.
All right, you want me to slice them down?
Okay, nice
All
and
right.
thin. And I'm going to get
You said half of these you want me to do?
Yeah, about half of those, yep. All right, so then I'm going to start up my, I'm going to use this pan here for my compote.
Okay.
And all the compote's going to be is a little bit of water.
Enough?
Yep.
Okay.
A little bit of water, a little bit of sugar, and the blueberries and strawberries, we're going to cook them down so they become almost like a syrup. All right?
That sounds
And now I'm going to
delicious.
start making the crepe batter. So the crepe batter, very simple. It's 4 eggs, which I'm going to cut here. One-handed egg trick.
Since I've known you,
years of
I still
practice.
can't do that. Still.
Very easy. It's just coordination.
Yeah.
That must stop in New Jersey. Once it hits the, once
Just
it
like
hits
good
the
fantasy
95.
football teams stop
Yes.
in
I'm gonna beat
Massachusetts.
these up. A 1.25 cups of milk. Beat it up nice. Crepe, thin pancake, whatever you want to call it.
The French pancake?
Say you like crepes.
I do. I don't think you've ever made anything that I haven't eaten, so.
I'm pretty sure of that. And why wouldn't you?
Right.
And this is just a cup of flour. Now the batter's going to be very thin. And the important thing with making the crepe is a high heat pan.
Okay.
High heat pan and very little oil. The batter itself will pull off from the pan on its own once the pan is hot enough. Sometimes it takes one crepe.
To get it.
So you muck up one crepe,
Gotcha.
and then the second crepe, third crepe, they'll all start coming along. The best part of this is going to be the fresh whipped cream we're going to make at the end. So I'm just going to put a little drop of the fresh vanilla in there. Give it a little flavor. Again, add a little dessert. You can smell it right away.
I
You
can.
smell
Yep.
that?
Yep.
Very pungent.
Very good.
Very nice. All right. We got a pretty smooth batter here. You just want to try to make sure you get all the lumps out so that your crepe is nice and smooth, but either way it doesn't matter. All right. So I'm going to make the first crepe, but before that we're going to start making the compote here.
Okay.
So we got both pans nice and hot.
It's an interesting
just
way
gonna
of testing.
Add our
Go ahead.
strawberries. I'm going to add half of these blueberries. Very easy. If you want to just give me a little bit of water in that little cup there, just a little bit.
Here you go, my friend.
All right, we're just going to
No butter or anything, just water in there, huh, bud?
butter, just water,
All right.
a few sprinkles of sugar.
Oh, that looks good.
It's going to make like a syrup. They call that a simple syrup. Water and sugar is just called a simple syrup.
Okay.
And we're going to let these cook down and get nice and soft. That's going to be on top of the crepe. And we're going to have the nice fresh strawberries inside the crepe. Fresh strawberries and blueberries inside. So once in a while we'll just give this a stir. Make sure the water doesn't evaporate too much.
All
All
right.
right, now the fun part is making the crepes. Inside your drawer you should have a little rubber spatula, silicone spatula. Yep, that red one. Very good.
There you go, brother.
All right. So, making a mess on the counter. I'm just going to take a little bit of oil. Just a little bit. Come on. All right. Just a little bit. We're going to spread it around the pan.
Could you use
Just
a
for the
nonstick
first
spray
time.
as well?
You could use a non-stick spray as well, absolutely.
Okay.
Excellent point, Pete.
Just asking, you know.
So the important thing with the crepe is very little bit of batter. You want to start at the top, pour your batter there, and then let it run down over the pan to fill the pan. Now again, hopefully if we did it right, we'll get it right on the first time,
Pop that right
and we
out.
won't have to do it twice. And we did. Look at that.
Look at that, Mikey.
Boom.
Look at you.
Beautiful.
Look at you, like you know what you're
Okay.
doing.
Take a
Excellent.
plate here. Almost like I know what I'm
Right,
doing.
almost.
We have a few people here, so I'm going to make a few of these crepes because I know they're all going to want
Everybody's
to try
gonna
one,
want
so I'm
one,
gonna
no doubt.
I'll do a few more. Now I shouldn't need the oil on that, because the pan should be hot enough. And again, we're just going to start pouring up to the top, and let the batter just run down on its own.
How much do you think you're using when you're pouring it in there?
I'd say probably about 3 tablespoons, maybe a third of a cup.
Okay. Obviously, it depends on how big
Yeah,
your
how
pan
big
is.
how big the base of your pan is, and so forth and so on. So I'm going to bring that temperature down. And again, we have the crepe should come off nice and easy, as it is. Look at that. You know, sometimes it doesn't take the magic of television to make things work. It works all on
Right,
its
look at
own.
that. No CGI involved here, is that
No,
what you're saying?
no, it's-
All right.
everything's
We'll leave
working
that
out
for
very
December
nice.
18th.
Yeah, there you go. Yes. So there's another beautiful crepe, and I'll make one more.
Got the plate?
Right there.
Oh, okay, you gotta put them all on one. All
Yeah,
right.
and we'll do one more crepe here. Very nice. Okay, done with the batter. That's great. These are coming out excellent. They're separating from the pan, just like we want. Spread that batter around. Careful using your hands on this. I could show off and flip, just flip it without the pan, without using my hands, but you know,
Listen,
if I make a
showing
mess,
off you?
if I make a mess, then it doesn't look good.
Right.
You have more for you to clean up in the end. All right, very good. Now the topping of this meal is going to be some fresh homemade whipped cream. So before we started the show here, I put a silver bowl in the freezer. Best to use a nice cold bowl when you want to make some make some fresh whipped cream.
Okay.
And again, I'm going to call up the assistance of Pete here to help me with the whipped cream. All right, so basically it's very simple. We're going to just pour all this whipped cream right in there, all the rest.
Oh, all right.
All right, we're just going to go right for it. I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of sugar. And we're going to, so the best thing is that you want to come in and use it. All right, we're going to get Sophia up here.
All right there, young lady.
Here she is on TV. We're just going to use the top button up there. We're going to get that right in there. Make some whipped cream.
I'll hold it.
It'll start to thicken as we blend.
Should I just keep holding it?
Yeah, you just keep it right in there.
Why is it important to keep the bowl that cold?
It
If
just
you
helps
use a
the
warm
cream.
bowl, it's not gonna
Yeah,
work?
it won't thicken up
Coagulate?
as quick. Yeah. You like whipped cream?
Yeah.
All right. I'm just gonna move it around. As you can see, it's starting to get thicker and thicker.
Oh,
The
yeah,
more
look
we
at
go.
that. Keep going.
You can keep going. That should be perfect. Excellent job. You're a heck of a
Sophia.
helper. Nice job, Sophia. Take a bow.
Take a bow,
as they
Sophia.
say. Very nice.
There you go.
Excellent. Excellent.
All right.
Take a bow. All right.
Take a
So
bow.
now we have some nice
Oh,
fresh
wow, look
whipped
at that. That
cream.
looks
Came up
good, man.
nice, right?
Mm, yep.
Delicious. So again, this is a great dessert. Very quick. Very delicious. I'm going to put these on real plates because these are going to
Don't
look.
make a mess.
These are going to look spectacular.
Easy to make,
So
too.
now, yeah, very easy. I mean, again, everything we try to do here in the show is simple, fast, things you can do at home. They look like they take a lot of time. That's the most impressive part, is that when you get to the party and everybody goes, oh, look at how wonderful.
Right.
You can say, I spent all day working on it, but you know what? Just takes a few quick minutes. How about slicing me up some more strawberries, a little thicker this time. Maybe cut them into quarters.
Yes, sir.
So, we're going to make our fruited crepe. So we got this delicious crepe here. We're going to throw some blueberries in there. A few strawberries. We're going to roll this baby up.
Oh, that looks fabulous.
Very easy. Get that cream out of the way, get the vanilla out of the way. There's our fruited crepe.
All right, there's your strawberries. Oh, yeah.
Topped with the fruit compote. Save some more for the other ones we're going to make. Take a little spoon here. Right? Oh my goodness. Does that look good?
That smells awesome.
And nothing like a few little fresh fruit garnish to go on top. That was, I mean, you know, quick, easy, delicious. You can make these to order. You can make a whole pan of them and put the topping and the whipped cream on afterwards. But, you know, you serve that at dinner time and, you know, your guests are going to be awed by what you did. And again, it looks like you took all day to do it. But in fact, it just took us about 5-7 minutes. And that is our show tonight. I'm going to bring in the rest of our dishes here. And I wanted to show you a little trick with the scallion ends, as I mentioned earlier before. So here's our 3 dishes. If you take a little scallion end, the ends of the scallions, just make a few little cuts, a cross cut. One there, turn it halfway, cut it again. Soak it in some iced water, water and ice. Get a nice little scallion flour, a little garnish to the plate. Spruces up anything. You can put it on anything for a garnish. Makes a nice little garnish on the plate. Very simple. Again, try to utilize all we can. Keep the planet nice and healthy and green. Sustainable items. So here's our 3 dishes for today. We had the appetizer, which is our pomegranate avocado guacamole with the tortilla chips. We have the honey bacon shredded Brussels sprouts. And we have our blueberry strawberry crepe with the blueberry strawberry compote and fresh whipped cream, which I'm going to top off because it's starting to slip a little. There you go. Beautiful. So thank you very much for joining us on this holiday edition of Let's Cook with Mike. Pete, thank you very much for joining me today and
Anytime, brother.
being my helper here, my Santa's helper. We'll see you next time on Let's Cook with Mike. Have a great holiday and look forward to doing this again with you. Have a nice day.